GG. Let's click ready for them. Correct the score for JoePass. Take the lead in the match in the best of 3. And let's see if he's gonna be able to close up in the second game or if he's gonna be playing in a decider. I think they're playing randoms still, even in the best ofs. No, actually not. They begin with random map and loser then picks the map in the series, the next one. So right about now it's up to NerfNorse to be picking a map. That is how it is. Olympus gonna be seeing a new map apparently. That's one that I haven't seen before. Okay. So let's check that out. How that's gonna be working out. About to finish in the DM, exclamation mark DM, you're gonna be getting a link into RTS-Sanctuary. And there you're gonna be getting also a link to the DM patch, so therefore all kinds of information about it if you're interested. What is nerfed or what is changed, as there are of course plenty of differences from the normal Supremacy patch. So head there if you are looking into all that info, as you're gonna be heading into quite a different tile set all around, with Set and Thor rematch between the players. No, so there we are. It's gonna be of course quite a nice TC on the right flank. Yet again, there's gonna be having a gold also available with a relic somewhere, for example in the middle. That's gonna be building crash vulnerability. That might be actually fairly influential against the Norse Rams and everything along those lines. So device hero movement speed. That will be actually fairly influential. Gonna be having better pre's, but much more importantly, it's gonna be potentially denying those Heresiers, but we haven't exactly seen Heresiers at all. That's actually fairly curious right now when I'm thinking about it, because based on Supremacy, you could be expecting that maybe a Loki could be extremely powerful with the 3 mythical spawns, as we are apparently having the Erebus, the Underworld Harpies variant here. So I'm kind of thinking it's gonna be because maybe the favor gathering rate is kind of nerfed, so therefore you're not gonna be getting as many mythical units as you could be potentially thinking for. Oh, welcome on Movdin. Don't be really like mocking that prize pool. I mean, like, I'm definitely glad that anything is going on for the community, so everybody should be. I mean, like, it's not like we are having some $10,000 tournaments like AOC, so no reason really to be typing anything like that. Definitely glad that Rich is hosting a tournament for the community, same as everybody else, in not only the past weeks. So it's great for the players to be playing for maybe something more than just good fun, but even for the fun, obviously, to be good enough. We do have plenty of tournaments like these as well. And hello, Sir Ivan, welcome to the stream. As we are right now starting with the, well, first battles. And the enmities are becoming right now real. As yet again, this is gonna be NerfNorse trying to establish himself to the top and trying to deny the trade route yet again. Is he gonna be successful? Not sure. And more, who is JoePass? Nobody knows. We so far know that basically both of them, JoePass and NerfNorse, are quite skilled deathmatch players. At least so far, something that I know. That I have been able to glean from that, because they are playing in a certain way. You can kind of tell that they know how DM is played when they make certain moves. They are making pretty good sense with how the map is, or how the game is actually played. Because if somebody is playing chiefly Supremacy and is having DM like, I don't know, once per month or half a year, then he's not gonna be doing basically the moves that you would be expecting when you are looking at the map and the game overall. But well, at any rate, yes, right now see how the battle is gonna be proceeding forward. It's yet again probably gonna be a case of who's gonna be able to protect the trade slightly better. So you can see that right now the Axeman and the Spearman gonna be stuck outside of the wall. Just watching the Ursaks finish the town center all the way to the left. So otherwise, from the right side, this is gonna be the trade for NerfNorse. He's gonna have to do a lot of walling around here as well. Would be kinda nice if he had, for example, a graphic for snowy berries. Like basically berries covered by snow. It would be kinda interesting little detail if you were able to have that. So in the meantime though, we can see that the Egyptian is pushing forward really powerfully. He's at second DC, the third one is so far not finished. No, not yet, but it's gonna be finished in absolutely no time. As right now he's gonna be shifting really quickly into the left side. He has scouted what's going on exactly in there, and he's gonna be probably able to stop the TC, giving him quite a bit of an edge. Yep, I'm really thinking that Shifting Sense is one of the most powerful god powers here. It really making pretty good sense. In Supremacy, it doesn't have to be mattering too much, but in here, you are kind of having tight fights, like really extremely tight fights, and exactly some kind of tactical switch like that, an immediate one, is gonna be making for just so much problems, so many problems all around, and of course so much of an advantage. As you can see, this is gonna be 3 versus 1 TCs, because obviously the problem was that NerfNorse wasn't able to finish even with the TC in the middle. So this is gonna be just completely massive. Completely massive right now for the Ege, and if he doesn't mess it up, he should be having quite an excellent time right about now of the game. You can see the resources are still high. Let's get right about now the whole frost on the right. Yeah, he probably should have cast it a bit earlier. I think he have it, or had it. I think he did. I think it was already unlocked a bit before. But damn. Very well played. Very well played indeed. So you can of course looking into back over the battlefield, at least a second TC for the North to give him some kind of opportunity. But the town center on the left right now not getting built is of course a huge setback. He's gonna be having to build a few towers. I definitely agree with that, as it will be giving him opportunity to maybe actually go there and be there still. Now, so you're gonna be looking into back on the battlefield, and obviously with the extra population limit, even the frost doesn't give Norse enough of an opportunity, because it's basically like 1 TC worth of population unit, or the population limit here, maybe slightly more, slightly less, somewhere along those lines, and therefore he's basically fighting a fair 2 versus 2 all the way to the right, and therefore that's not something that really should give you any kind of chance on winning the game altogether. You can see that here, he's gonna be of course right now small victory with the wall in finished. Quite a safe one actually, looking at the wood line. It's kind of funny spawn. Gonna be just having to keep this safe, and it's gonna be alright. So nonetheless, all the way to the right flank into the middle. There's gonna be even actually a sneaky ram, trying to make for a bit of an inefficiency. As JoePass is gonna be reacting with another mining camp, just in case he kinda missed that somewhere. And one of those days, not wanting to be risking anything too extremely much. Not to the top, you can see that the market is not coming there yet, but there's already gonna be walling. So he might be actually establishing the trade somewhere like from here. He's trying to move forward with a few axemen. But well, of course, Boxway gonna be making a short work of all of it. Even dealing not a small entirely damage to the building. So one of those days it can be actually coming up and coming down. As in the middle, we are gonna be right now expecting the battle to be still continuing, and apparently, even though it was looking like quite an excellent idea on the left, that the shifting sense might be winning maybe even the game for JoePass. Problem was, there's gonna be a tornado into the middle to soak up all the... Oh, that's gonna be most of the army actually gonna look at the hit points being completely annihilated. That's actually a pretty bad problem right about now for him. And while he's not gonna be able to finish with the TC, it seems like with all the chariot archers in there, it's gonna be already called a GG. And yep, the tornado quite cleverly used. I was actually just going to mention that maybe he could be using the tornado onto the left TC to deny it a bit longer. So obviously the longer the game is going this way, it's gonna be advantage for right about now JoePass. But yeah, well, the tornado just gonna be of course giving too much ground to his opponent, and of course completely annihilating the army. Look at the hit points. It's just something that's gonna be really hard to fight with. It's gonna be completely losing it immediately. But thing is that with the TC, even though it was denied, it still wasn't a crucial time on the game and in the game, because he was still having thousands of resources, and it just inevitably resulted into having a secondary chance there for NerfNorse. Still a secondary chance, but in the end, that extra god power was way too much, and JoePass was having too much of a secured map in the game, and he didn't even need to be establishing trade at this point. So it was a bit of a shorter one than the last one, but still good skill showing. And apparently Olympus, well, that was not the correct map right about now for NerfNorse, but otherwise it was just well played by JoePass, who's gonna be advancing into the next game and next stage. Not sure obviously how much is the fault of the map, probably not too much. Seemed like a fairly decent map. Not any kind of problem with it at all, just well played by his opponent, and he just executed better what he needed to do. So well played. Let's check into the post game. That will be right about now. Yeah, quite a bit better economy for NerfNorse, but not like it matters obviously. So in the first about like 10 minutes you're still gonna be having enough resources for the beginning bank and starting bank that you get in. So therefore not any kind of worry about what's going on. And if you can close the game there, then obviously the stats in the economy don't really matter at all. Okay, well played. Apparently plenty of heresers in the end this time around for the NerfNorse. Actually, I haven't seen them all that much in the battle, but they were there. As he was trying to fight the opponent off, and especially the Avengers, that seemed to be something that he was going for a bit more than otherwise you could be expecting. You can see 6 of them all together. And obviously with their special attack and overall being so tanky, yeah, not a bad unit overall against Norse. Why not use them when you have all the opportunity and all the resources that you can be wishing for? You can see the army fairly similar. But yeah, well, with the tornado kind of tipping the balance and the TC still being quite a bit further away from getting finished, even though it wasn't too far away. But he was right now probably convinced that all the catapults and the ground that will be gained for JoePass, you'll be able to close it up already. And while to the top, he didn't seem to be doing all that well, or all that badly, the red player. He'll be probably able to deny an effective trade. Can I have to slightly wonder if maybe something could have been done here, but obviously all the way to the top, those chariot archers with the heated shots, as right now allowing archers to do 300% plus damage versus buildings. He'll probably be able to keep this down even, because that's a massive amount, even though they are only archers. That extra damage is really kind of scary and problematic. All around, well, you can see 1000... Archers are doing more damage versus buildings, 300%. And then also 1000% damage versus buildings on top of that. So that's a complete OP damage by them. And yep, that probably was one of the main reasons also. Not only with the tornado, but just kind of overall combination. Okay, GG. Congratulations to JoePass on advancing into the semifinals. And NerfNorse, well, some of the tournament. So GG.